The ratio of men and women in dating apps is absolutely disgusting and literally unfair. 75% are males and only like 25% are females. This is just skewed. Looks is everything in dating apps. Even if you're average looking, you don't stand a chance. Only the chads and the most attractive men have a chance with every single level of females. And mostly, girls in dating apps are only there for attention and validation.
It's a mistake you learned the hard way that you can now help people to avoid.
Dating apps are my biggest regret post-divorce. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would never have downloaded a dating app or ever gotten on one. People will get on dating apps and spend massive amounts of time chatting, talking, and texting, basically just to do a job interview, only to find out you don't have chemistry and you wasted hours, months, and weeks getting to know someone. People don't really know how to set the correct boundaries on that, and that's a whole nother lesson. There's also not accountability because they are not in your friend group, your church group, any kind of social group, so you can't even have that filter of knowing anything about their background, and they'll quickly ghost you. And God forbid you catch feelings for a man who's an avoidant attachment, who didn't have to process his emotions after his divorce because he got on a fucking dating app, and the minute you catch feelings for him, he's just going to start swiping right again. I'm not going through this bullshit again. I'm never ever diving in the dumpster, digging through the trash like this again. Take that time that you would have spent on a dating app, spend it on yourself, and look for that organic experience.
I will give you 5 explanations behind why men need to avoid dating applications no matter what. The game is manipulated, and the main winning move in a manipulated game is to just not play. Reason number 1, male dwarfing. There's such a large number of men on internet dating applications. Obviously, there are a greater number of men than ladies on these dating applications. 3 for 1 on Tinder and 2 for 1 on Bumble. This data ought to let you know that the framework is somewhat slanted unreasonably against men. What's surprisingly more terrible is the point at which you separate the numbers further. You understand that there is definitely not an even 50-50 split of men to ladies, rather a 3-to-1 proportion that leaves 150 men and 50 ladies. How about we likewise set up everybody, so the most alluring folks at the top and the most unappealing folks at the base? As per match information, the top 10% of folks gets a faltering 60% of the matches. On the off chance that you're a person at the top, this is looking very great. It sorts out you're at a 2x advantage. For each person on this level, he has 2 ladies pursuing him. For the folks in the second 10%, these are the top 20% of folks, or 1 out of 5 men. They get 20% of the matches. You could think this actually sounds good, however, things are now horrible at this level. There are 3 men vying for each 2 ladies, so regardless of whether you're a top 20% guy, you're currently in a tough spot. To exacerbate the situation, for the folks at this level, even the choices they really do have are below average and inferior quality. When the main 10% has had their picks, you're left with the suboptimal choices. In a web-based climate, male 7s are equivalent to female 3s. Simply see how far you're dating down, even as a top 20% man. Yet, this isn't anything contrasted with how awful most of us have it. The vast majority of folks gets only the last fifth of ladies. It's currently obvious to see the reason why non-top-level men don't have a potential for success. Separating this further, in the event that you're in the 20 to 50% zone, these would frequently be marked as better than average folks. Most men either legitimately or unfairly accept, at least for now, that they're in this classification and warm-hearted about themselves as a result of it. Be that as it may, regardless of whether you are in this classification, you don't have an opportunity online as your entire subsection is seeking simply the last 15% of matches. There is a 6-to-1 contest for men to individuals for these to post better than average folks. We should investigate the last 50% or the no man's land. This incorporates any man who is totally normal or beneath. In the event that you fall into this classification, you might expect there has been a blunder in showing your profile, similar to all seeking simply the last 5% of matches, which compares to a stunning 30-to-1 proportion of men to ladies. Every one of this information consolidated shows exactly the way that unreasonable web-based dating is for even better than average folks. Moreover, 100% of ladies are in an ideal situation, as it offers a gigantic chance to date men of higher worth than themselves. Number 2, appalling quality. The heavenly trinity of female engaging quality is hotness, youthful, and intact. We'll begin with intact. I ensure on these dating applications, the ladies there will be on average more entitled, unbridled, and a lower quality than any of the great quality ladies you meet in actuality. What are they doing on dating applications after all? Are there no excellent men accessible in their own group of friends? Additionally, expect to encounter dozens of single mothers looking for you to provide resources for their child on these dating apps. Taking a look at hot guys on Tinder, it's almost as if 3 out of every 4 profiles falls into one of the following categories: caked in makeup, overweight, or excessive use of filters. You can't even see their face properly. Pictures are taken from angles and hired floors. For this reason, regardless of whether you coordinate with a lady and defeat the ludicrous chances of really getting a date with her, there's most likely a solid opportunity she will be fundamentally less alluring if compared with her photographs. For the last corner, youthful, it's a comparable story with engaging quality. On the off chance that you coordinate with a lady who's 25 to 35 years of age, there's serious chance she's utilized photographs on her profile that are something like 3 to 6 years younger than her current age, which clearly were taken when she was more alluring. When you go to meet her in actuality, you'll find she's undeniably less appealing than she was professing to be on her profile. Reason number 3, looks is everything. With regards to these internet dating applications, don't allow anybody to trick you into thinking anything more matters. If someone composed an article about the main 10 most significant things that matter in web-based dating and looks isn't the spot number 1, I'd expect the individual who composed that part has never even utilized web-based dating applications. Profiles don't make any difference. This study demonstrates it. They requested that ladies rate male dating profiles in 2 classifications. 1, the folks' looks, which clearly would be estimated by his photos, and 2, character, which would be estimated by his profile and to some degree his photographs. From the review, your looks or your character. Profiles have no recognizable impact in working on your possibilities. As a matter of fact, the possibly time your profile has any pertinence is the point at which it's likewise to do with your looks. The main thing a person can place in his profile that builds his possibilities is the term 6 foot. This shows even your profile, which should be about your character, actually directs back toward looks. These things are presently turning out to be excessively unsurprising. Number 4, the algorithm scam. These applications in a real sense take your cash without you acknowledging it. For the people who don't have the foggiest idea, Tinder has an algorithm that figures out where your profile is displayed in the card stack. Your profile isn't displayed indiscriminately. It has a particular request among the wide range of various folks' profiles, so a few profiles are constantly shown first and others are constantly shown last. What are the variables that influence where your profile is put? How famous your profile is? If ladies aren't swiping right on you, the algorithm considers you as undesirable material. Accordingly, your profile is smothered, and furthermore, the rate at which you at the end of the day swipe right. The algorithm rebuffs frantic individuals. Folks, don't swipe right on each young lady you see. You will just shadow boycott your profile. These are the 2 principal factors. The fact of the matter is, if your profile scores inadequately in these 2 things, your profile will be pushed right at the base, underneath every other person's. How is this a scam? These dating applications give no data on where your profile is positioned, or on the other hand, if you've been shadow prohibited, which fundamentally implies your profile has been made forever undetectable without your insight. This implies if you buy premium bundles, for example, silver or platinum, they will not affect your profile since it's now been covered up. Any number multiplied by 0 will be 0. Assuming you're as of now getting 0 matches, buying supports won't help you. Reason number 5, the qualification switch. In the present dating market, when ladies get on web-based dating applications, it resembles a switch flips for them. The standards they use to hold in reality duplicate 10 times when they sign on to Tinder. It's like their standards transform into Chad, as it were. Here is reality with regards to web-based dating. 90% of ladies wouldn't swipe on themselves in the event that they were a man. In the meantime, a lot of folks would swipe on themselves in the event that they were a lady. I've seen everything, folks. You get overweight ladies who won't ever swipe right on an overweight man, short ladies who might never swipe right on diminutive men, Asian ladies who might never swipe right on Asian men. These dating applications have just exacerbated the guidelines ladies are presently holding for folks. You should now mark every one of the crates. If ladies' norms weren't at that point sufficiently high, in actuality, anticipate that they should be multiple times higher when they're on web-based dating applications. That is the video, folks. There are much better options than online dating. They say dating applications are a man's exercise in futility and a lady's injection of confidence. Assuming that you like the video, make certain to press the like button and leave your comment in the remarks underneath.